How psychic ability actually develops over time. One of the biggest misunderstandings about psychic ability is the belief that it suddenly appears overnight. Many people imagine psychic awareness as a dramatic moment when someone suddenly begins to see visions or hear messages clearly. In reality, psychic ability usually develops gradually over time through awareness, experience, and sensitivity to energy. Most people who become highly intuitive begin to notice subtle signs long before they realize what they mean. For example, they might notice that they can sense tension between people before anyone says a word. They may feel uncomfortable in certain places without understanding why. They may even have moments where they think of someone just before that person calls or sends a message. At first, these experiences seem like coincidences, but over time the pattern becomes clearer. Psychic awareness often begins as heightened sensitivity to emotional and energetic environments. This sensitivity allows someone to pick up subtle signals that others may overlook. Human beings communicate constantly through more than just words. Body language, tone of voice, facial expressions, and emotional atmosphere all carry information. A person who is naturally intuitive becomes skilled at reading these signals, often without consciously analyzing them. Another stage of intuitive development involves recognizing inner guidance. This might appear as a quiet thought that suddenly provides clarity about a situation. It might be a feeling that encourages you to pause before making a decision. For many people, this internal guidance feels so natural that they dismiss it as ordinary thinking. But when you begin paying attention to these signals, you may notice that they frequently lead you in the right direction. As psychic awareness develops, individuals often become more attuned to energetic boundaries. They start to recognize which environments support their well-being and which feel draining. They may feel drawn toward peaceful spaces and less comfortable in chaotic situations. This awareness is not something supernatural. It is the result of becoming more conscious of the energy dynamics that influence everyday life. Developing psychic ability also requires grounding. Without grounding, sensitivity can become overwhelming. Grounding practices such as spending time in nature, maintaining healthy routines, and staying connected to everyday responsibilities help balance intuitive awareness. One important point to remember is that psychic development should always feel stable rather than chaotic. If someone feels constantly overwhelmed, anxious, or fearful about intuitive experiences, it usually means their energy needs strengthening and grounding before further development. Healthy intuitive growth creates clarity, not confusion. It encourages calm awareness rather than dramatic reactions. Over time, people who develop their intuitive ability notice several changes. Their decision-making becomes clearer because they trust their instincts more confidently. They become more aware of emotional dynamics in relationships. They also tend to notice patterns more easily, which helps them understand situations more deeply. However, intuitive ability does not make someone perfect. Even highly intuitive people continue learning throughout their lives. Intuition is a tool that supports awareness, not a replacement for reflection and thoughtful decision-making. The most balanced approach combines intuition with logic. Logic helps you evaluate practical details. Intuition helps you sense the emotional and energetic context. Together, these two forms of intelligence create a powerful form of awareness. Psychic ability is not reserved for a special group of people. It is a natural human sensitivity that develops through attention, patience, and self-awareness. The more you listen to your instincts and observe how they guide you, the stronger your intuitive awareness becomes. And over time, what once felt like a coincidence begins to feel like quiet guidance that has been there all along. Kulkens,